You're still having issues with your skin prep and your skin work, guys, it's 2025. Things have changed. You should not be struggling with this. Even if you're going to struggle with anything, struggle about something else. So today we'll be doing another makeup look. It's been a while. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, you're welcome. This is Lady Adepambo. Why I would always prefer micellar water over wipes is that it gives deep cleansing, and make sure that you clean thoroughly before you move on to the next stage. Welcome to my country, Nigeria. Anyway, so the next stage is to hydrate the skin. Please make sure you dry up your products. So I hydrated the skin with the green tea spray. I'll also make sure that it dries in. So next I'm going in with my serum. This is my favorite serum. Anybody that is used to watching my videos on my YouTube knows that I'll always go in with this serum. And let me just go through the skin prep process again. So when I'm dealing with a client that has a very oily skin, I minimize the quantity of serum and moisturizer that I use. So for today's look, I'll be using my Lujo moisturizer, and I'm also going to use it in an average proportion just because my model has a combination skin. In a case where our skin is extremely dry, then obviously I'm going to use a lot of moisturizer and serum. So now I'm going in with my primer. This is my Aqua grip primer from Msmetics. One thing about primers is just make sure that you apply them very well on the T-zones, on your brows, and make sure that you spread them well. If you don't spread your primer well, trust me, it is going to show at the end of the makeup. There's going to be like patches, and who wants that? No. So now I'm going to go in with my matte fine primer from V Beauty Super Defense. So I use that especially for my brow area and my forehead and the nose, just in case my client sweats a lot. So this particular skin prep works for me. So we're going straight to the concealer, and I'll be using my body spray concealer in Cookie, which rhymes with her skin color. Now I'm doing this just because I want the under eye to have a very good coverage. I can choose to use any other concealer, so I'm just using this concealer. I'm using a shade because I want a very good coverage. I can choose to use another brand of concealer that also rhymes with our skin color just to get coverage. Now take notes, if you are the kind of moa that normally while doing your foundation you apply too many products under the eye, I would not advise you to do this. But for me, while I'm applying my foundations, I don't put pressure under the eye. I don't even let my foundation get there. So even if it gets there, trust me, it's by mistake. So that's the reason why I would go on 2 concealer layer. As you can see, this avour concealer in 05 is slightly lighter than our skin tone. So that's what I'm using for our under eye. Like I said, in a case where you are the type of makeup artist that while applying your foundation, you apply so much everywhere and like the under eye is well covered, you can just go in with your concealer once. I don't know if you're an upcoming moa watching this video. I do not know if you're a professional makeup artist watching this video, but this is my style, and I would advise that you try as much as possible not to try a new method of application of products on a client. You can try it on a model, but do not try it on a client. That's just my advice. So next is setting the under eye. I don't know if you guys are going to believe me, but I tend not to use a particular setting powder for my clients. So for this look, what I did is I mixed Huda Beauty in Kunafa and Alabaster in Nuban Beauty. Alabaster shade for Nuban Beauty setting powder. I mixed those 2 shades together and I use it to set our under eye. So this is my powder palette from Lujo Cosmetics. I'll be using the shade Shell and Bamboo to further set our under eye. So in a case where I use a powder to set our under eye or client's under eye, I'll make sure I use a compact powder that has full coverage. But in the case when I'm using a setting powder that I know does not really have full coverage, I'll make sure to go in with another powder palette that is lightweight. Please, I don't know if you guys get me. Do not go in with a powder that is not lightweight under the eye. It's not going to complement the look. It's going to look cakey. So I'm also using another shade in my clay pan from Lujo Cosmetics for a contour, and you can see the places where I'm applying the contour. Yeah, and make sure you get a good brush set. This is very, very important. It's time for the nose contour, and this is how I do my own nose contour. In every professional brush set, you're going to get this particular fluffy brush that is tilted to the side and has more hairs on the upper sides than that on the lower side. So that's the contour brush for your nose. Make sure you get good brushes, because trust me, the brushes that you use for your client or your model or yourself, any kind of brush that you use will determine the outcome of whatever it is that you're applying on your face. If you're using the wrong brush will redirect your application and might spoil the outcome of your makeup. So that's why I always advise that make sure that you get a professional brush set. And if you ask me to recommend, there are so many good brushes, from White Glam to this Vicabel to Sylvimak. There are just so many brushes out there that you can purchase and you would enjoy. This setting spray is an OG before IG. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in my next video. Can you see how beautiful my client looks? She looks gorgeous, right? I'll be dropping a tutorial on the lip and the brows for this same look. I can't wait.